Hello everyone, once again, Zach RC here with a bit of a different video for you guys today. It's that time of year again. It's the time where the new Formula 1 game is released. So, as an avid player of the game, I really enjoy not really enjoy the build up every year, but I enjoy just learning about all the new things they're putting in it. And obviously, with it this year comes the second edition of the driver ratings. So in today's video, I know it's a bit late because they came out a few days ago, so what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be reacting to these driver ratings and basically giving my opinion if I think they're accurate or not. So they've added a new stat this year, because normally they do it based on four things. They do experience, racecraft, awareness and pace, but they've added a new one called focus this year, which isn't I believe it's based on real life, but they haven't mentioned it here. But yeah, so experience is based on the number of races a driver has competed in during their career. Racecraft is based on positions gained or lost in a race compared to the average for a given grid slot. Awareness is a measure of the driver's ability to avoid incidents and penalties in a race. Basically, the more you crash, the lower your awareness rate is going to be, because you're not really aware of what's going on around you by the looks of it. And finally, pace is a measure of a driver's best lap times. So the closer they are to the fastest lap in a race, the higher the score. Then overall, they take everything into account and come up with an average. So, without further ado, we're going to take a look at it, starting at the bottom of the pile. So first up, we got Williams. So that's George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. So Russell's been given an overall rating of 84 with 60 experience, racecraft 76, awareness 99, and pace 83. Now, of course, we saw quite a bit of Russell and what he can do in a real race situation when he drove for the Mercedes team last year at the Sakir Grand Prix. Of course, he very nearly won that race if you haven't watched it. Absolute classic of the Grand Prix. Obviously, he hasn't got much experience. It's only his third season of Formula 1, so his experience rating is quite accurate. Because we don't really see much of, the last 2 years, we haven't really seen much of George around the front because he's been in an uncompetitive car. But this year, he's been putting the hammer down and making up places. Of course, he very nearly scored points last time out in Austria. And we've got Nicholas Latifi, of course, in his second season of Formula 1, so that's 55 experience, 69 racecraft, awareness 79, and pace 70, which I feel is somewhat accurate, and it gives him an overall rating of 71. So yeah, that quite accurate if you ask me. They've done we're off to a very good start. Moving on now to two rookies, Mick Schumacher for Haas and Nikita Mazepin also for Haas. So Schumacher's been giving an overall rating of 76. He got experience 47, racecraft 65, awareness 81, and pace 83, which I feel it might be a bit much. The only one I think is a bit much is the pace, because obviously he's been doing alright for Haas so far, because he also is in an uncompetitive car around the same level as Williams this year, if not lower. But I think the pace is maybe a little bit too much, so that probably needs to be tweaked a bit, if you ask me, down to the mid 70s perhaps. Gives him an overall rating of 76, which I feel isn't too bad. But though, of course, if they was push down pace, I might put it a bit lower, as like a 72 or something. I don't really know how they do it entirely. And then Mazepin, it gets an overall rating of 67, which I suppose makes sense somewhat. So experience 47, same as little Shumi over here. 65 racecraft, once again exactly the same. Awareness 78, which makes sense. It's lower than Mick's score, because of course Mazepin spun quite a few times so far in his F1 career. And pace 66, he hasn't exactly been on par with everyone else so far. So yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I do feel like they need to sort of downgrade Mick a little bit. Alright, so yeah, not too bad so far. So moving on to the next team, we've got Alfa Romeo, Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. Raikkonen's been given an overall rating of 87, experience 99, because of course he's been in Formula 1 for donkey's years. I'm starting to wonder when he's going to give it up. Racecraft 91, which I feel is quite decent. It may go down in the next year should he decide to stay. We never really know what he's going to do nowadays. Awareness 84, he doesn't crash anyone else that often, so he's good for that. And pace 86, I feel like he's really good at extracting the pace out of the Alfa Romeo. And then Giovinazzi, 79 rated, experience 54, which I feel isn't as good. If we go back to the last one, oh no, never mind. I was going to say I completely forgot the experience ones for these two, but yeah, I put up a little bit, maybe to like, I don't know, like 58, 60 around that, because he's been in Formula 1 for a couple of years now. Racecraft 82, awareness 82, and pace 80. which I feel is maybe a little bit too much. Put the racecraft and awareness down to either around 79 or 80 and pace down 1 or 2 as well. And yeah, that gives him still pretty much 79 rating. So yeah, not too bad at all. Still, once again, a little bit of tweaking needs to be done, but this is just my opinion, so just take it with a grain of salt. Moving on now to the AlphaTauri team, Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda. So Gasly's been given an overall rating of 90, which I feel is maybe a little bit much. Once again, I put him as an 88 or 89 myself. Of course, we got to give him something because he won a race last year. Experience 59, racecraft 92, awareness 99, and pace 89. So it's quite shocking to me. He's got a 99 rating, but of course he doesn't crash that often. So I suppose we'll cut him some slack in that regard. And he is very quick on race day. He's been able to extract quite a bit out of the AlphaTauri in recent years. And we got Yuki Tsunoda, overall rating 82. His experience is 46, one lower than Schumacher and Mazepin, which makes sense considering he was only racing in he's only been racing in Europe for a few years. I believe it was like 2018 or 2019. He was in Formula 3, so obviously he hasn't been around for as long as, well, at least in Europe for as long as Schumacher and Mazepin. So that makes sense. He's down by 1. Racecraft 88. He did an incredible job. I think the highlight of his job so far was at Bahrain Grand Prix on his debut. Of course, he scored points. Racecraft 88, awareness 78, and pace 86. So yeah, I feel that's quite accurate. I think they've done justice there, so fair enough to Codemasters, who've done a good job. I'm moving on now to Ferrari, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Now this is where I drag in a little bit the fact that Gasly has a higher rating than Leclerc and Sainz, which I feel like this is where Gasly needs tweaking, because I think they're around the same level, but I don't think Gasly's better. I think Leclerc is a bit better than Gasly is. So look at Leclerc's ratings now: 62 experience, racecraft 88, 87 awareness, and pace 92, which gives him an overall rating of 88. I think this is quite accurate. Cody's done a good job with this one here. And then we've got Carlos Sainz, so I suppose, yeah, he's just under Leclerc, so that makes sense. 69 experience, racecraft also 88, awareness 94, and pace 85. Carlos doesn't always have absolute amazing races time after time, I suppose, like Leclerc does, but I reckon give it time, and by the end of the season we could be seeing these ratings changing. I don't know if Cody's planning to change them at any point during the year, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, not too bad for this one as well. Halfway through now, moving on to Alpine. So we've got Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. Alonso with an overall rating of 89, experience 99, racecraft 89, awareness 94, and pace 86, which I feel is, yeah, that's quite accurate. I feel like they've done a good job with him there, because of course he obviously 99 experience. He's been around for as long as Kimi has. He's he obviously still has the skill at the top, so the other 3 stats to do him justice as well. Yeah, probably has lost that pace factor in recent years. Well, of course, he wasn't in Formula 1 last year, so he didn't actually get ratings. This is their first time rating him. But yeah, not too bad for Alonso at all. Then moving on to Ocon, 86 rating, experience 60, 93 pacecraft, awareness 98, and pace 79. Which I feel, the awareness could be tweaked, like downgraded a little bit, but aside from that, I think it's all good, and they've done a good job there as well. Alright, so moving on to number 7 now, we've got Aston Martin with Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll. So Vettel's got an overall rating of 89, with experience 91, racecraft 93, awareness 87, and pace 88. Which I think, based off these ratings, he is still one of the best drivers out there. Of course, unfortunately he's fallen back a bit in recent years due to his last few years at Ferrari. But all in all, I feel like he's still up there. He's definitely not finished yet. Yeah, that 89 rating is quite accurate. And then Lance Stroll, overall rating of 83, which I feel is fair. 62 experience, racecraft 93, awareness 82, and pace 82. Personally, I put that racecraft down to a 90, but that's just me. But aside from that, I feel like they've done Aston Martin justice here, so that's a very good job by Cody once again. Moving on now to McLaren, and this is where I had to poke a little bit more at some of the overall ratings they give. So Lando Norris, yes, obviously he's very good. I like him. He's an extremely good driver, loved by the majority of Britain and the majority of the F1 community. He's a really cool guy, but I really don't think he's better than Ricciardo is. Obviously, his performance so far this season has been exceptional, and Ricciardo's waned a little bit due to his time at Renault. but I don't feel like he's there yet. I'd put him down to either the same rating as Ricardo or one behind, personally. But I like Lando, I don't want to take anything away from him. So experience 60, 96 racecraft, awareness 99, and pace 89. Of course, the only thing you need to see of his pace is just all of his late race jumps when he comes forward through the field. So that's very good there. And Ricardo, 90 rated, experience 80, racecraft 94, 91 awareness, and 88 pace. So yeah, not too bad there either. Aside from the slight issues I had to poke with Norris, which I really don't like doing because I like Norris, like I said. Yeah, not too bad for McLaren either. Alright, so moving on now to Red Bull. So Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Now Verstappen's actually tied Hamilton with the overall ratings. Those two are the only drivers to hit 95. We can look at Mercedes real quick. So yeah, Hamilton's on 95, as is Verstappen. So Verstappen with experience 69, racecraft 96, awareness 96, and pace 97. I mean, yeah, Max has pace, it's just out of this world. So it's just, yeah, I feel that's fair. The overall rating for me would go down 1, but I feel like he's earned that 95 over the last few years. And then we look at Perez for Red Bull, 87 rated, experience 81, 92 racecraft, 84 awareness, and 87 pace, which I feel once again is quite accurate. They've done a good job there. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've said about Red Bull. Moving on now to the final team, Mercedes. So we've got Hamilton and Bottas. Hamilton on a 95 rating, 92 experience, 94 racecraft, 89 awareness, and 98 pace, which I also feel is very accurate because obviously he's a 7-time champion. He just keeps doing what he's doing. He's doing a remarkable job in Formula 1. And then we've got Bottas, who is a 92 this year. I think his overall rating's been up this year. I can't remember if it's like a 90 or a 90. I can't remember if it's like a 91 or a 93 last year. I can't actually remember. I'll probably have to look at the old ratings once I'm finished with this. But yeah, 75 experience, which I feel maybe up that a little bit to like 78, 79, because he's been around since like 2013. So I feel like he deserves a bit more in that department. 89 racecraft, 99 awareness, and pace 92. I mean, Bottas, yeah, he doesn't crash often at all. He does himself a remarkable job every weekend. Of course, it's not easy having to be Hamilton's teammate. Of course, he gets outperformed the majority of weekends, unfortunately, but he still does a very good job, and that's why I think Mercedes should definitely keep him on for next year and just coming years until Russell's finally ready. Alright, yeah, so those are the ratings, and F1 2021, as of the time I'm recording this, we're still waiting for it to fully drop on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. But as of the time I'm uploading this, this game will already be out. And this is a little surprise I reveal for you guys. This can be a double upload day, so you can expect me uploading the first part of Breaking Point in a couple hours time. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe and share the channel around with all of your friends, just so they know that we exist. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be where I leave it. So like I said, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, and without further ado, I shall see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later.